Welcome back to Buttered Up. I'm Tyler.
I'm Shane. What's up?
And today we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the Avengers Endgame Encore. What is this? Is it only 4 minutes of extra footage? Maybe. We're going to talk about Chris Hansen is doing classic Chris Hansen things. That movie comes out September 25th. We're going to talk Harry Potter news. We're going to talk Man of Tomorrow news. That's Superman, if you're not in the loop. And then we'll go into Lanterns, episode 2, and we'll wrap it all up with the movie of the week, which is...
Anthony Bourdain.
Not to be confused with the Tiger, but I'm sure that biopic will come out shortly.
Or some allegations documentary on Netflix.
Is Tony, not to derail us immediately into this episode, but is Frosted Flakes even still a thing?
I don't know. Beats me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The commercials aren't on anymore because we don't have any cool commercials. All the commercials are just AI and GLP-1s.
There is, and this is my last derailment before we go into the thing. But speaking of AI ads, I live in Miami, and if you drive down drive down the main road, 95, there is just a constant swapping of AI Skechers ads. So it's on this building that's down the main road, right through downtown, and they just keep swapping it out every week, different AI ad.
That's lame.
It is lame. Anyways, talking about AI, we know the Russo brothers might be using AI or something.
What are you talking about? I don't know about this.
There was a report that they were using, I think, AI for posters and imagery because they fired all the people that do the posters. I don't know. I saw that online.
Oh, I'm not surprised. You see that allegedly some guy used Spider-Man AI or AI to make Spider-Man. It was like a poster or something. It really wasn't that big a deal. It was like one guy's mishap, and now people were all freaking out, like trying to burn him at the stake. I was like, guys, relax. Okay, AI didn't make the movie. Some guy got lazy and didn't feel like it. If it did,
I felt like it was written by AI.
No, come on. It was just some one lazy guy. That's all it was. So I don't think we need to get too into that, but I wanted to bring it up.
Well, do you think, so on September 25th, we will have Avengers Endgame Encore, which is the re-release of Avengers Endgame as they start to gear up towards Doomsday. That puts us, because that's December, so October, November. We're 3 months out at that point, just under 3 months out when Encore comes out. They've added 4 minutes of extra footage. Is this right? Is this going to be worth it?
4 minutes? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Are you kidding me? They're just trying to get as much money as they possibly can out of the franchise before.
Do you know? Because I was
going to Doomsday.
So I was looking. We're a month out from this release, so maybe more screenings will open up. But I was looking today. The only theater that you can see this in right now currently is IMAX. At least in my area, it's only IMAX.
You can only see what? Endgame?
Endgame Encore and IMAX, yes.
I didn't know Endgame Encore was in premium formats. Did you know that?
I didn't. I was looking on AMC today. At least on AMC alone, it was only showing IMAX screenings available. And it's once a day. And the times are weird. It was like 1 p.m., 3 p.m. And we're not famous podcasters yet. We work 9 to 5 jobs, which no complaining. We both like our 9 to 5 jobs, I think. But I can't just sneak out of work at Monday on at 1 p.m. to go see this.
No one can. I don't know why they're... Yeah, that's weird. I'll have to look into that because I haven't even looked at tickets or anything yet. Because again, I don't really care. Sue me. I actually am willing to go see it though because of the enhancements that they made to it. Like they made it a lot more colorful. It doesn't have that Russo gray on it, so that I'm actually willing to entertain because I think that could be nice.
So they'll do that, and then Doomsday will go right back to being gray.
Yep, they're gonna release Endgame Encore. It's gonna be so bright and colorful because they're doing this re-enhancements, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it looks so great! It looks like amazing!" And then Doomsday is gonna come out. It's gonna have that Russo gray smudge all over it, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, this sucks." I know that's what they're going to do. They never learn. It's always gray. I don't understand. Does it make it easier to shoot? Is it easier for VFX? I don't get it. I don't understand.
We'll never know. They're just going to tell us that's their style and their aesthetic. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm excited for it, but mostly just because I love Endgame. And as an AMC A-list member, I'm not really paying anything for it anyways. So I think I would not spend your hard-earned money to go see this if you're not a subscriber of any of these movie subscription services. Just wait till they release it on Disney Plus, because I'm sure that will happen before Doomsday.
I'm an Alamo Drafthouse OG. I've been part of that for a long time, but since when they sold to Sony, I'm on that boat like everyone else is on. They suck. They suck now. The service sucks. I have to validate parking in like a bunch of different weird ways now, which always makes people late for the movie because there's a big line. The food sucks. The servers don't come to you. You have to order on your phone. In the theater, you have to order on your phone. I'm canceling, and I'm going to go to our shitty AMC, and I'm going to become an A-lister.
When did Sony buy?
This was like a little while ago. This is a few months ago. Yeah,
because I thought studios couldn't own theaters. It was a conflict of interest.
Who knows?
Yeah, they're not supposed to. There's like a law that studios can't own movie theaters. That's why Disney doesn't own any of its.
A studio, is it?
But they are. They are.
Tech company.
They're a studio.
Well, they also have that as well, but you know what I'm saying? It's like if Apple bought theaters. They have Apple TV, but they're not a studio. You know what I mean?
Okay. Movie studios can now legally own movie theaters following the recent termination of the Paramount consent decrees from 1948. So in 2025, a federal judge in New York officially ended the Paramount consent decrees, allowing studios to own theaters once again. The Department of Justice argued that blah, 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 blah. So that's why you've never had a theater owned by Disney or Warner Brothers, Amazon, MGM.
You don't want it, folks. They suck. This sucks.
Wow.
This was such a special experience. These theaters are like dead now. There's like no one in these theaters anymore and it used to be like I couldn't get tickets anywhere for Alamo. And now like no one's going because it sucks. It sucks. It's so aggravating because like, what have you done? Just like you bought it. It was making a shit ton of money. And then you try and make more money and now you're making less money. Can you just, sorry.
Do they exclusively show Morbius in the theater?
If they exclusively if they showed Morbius in the theater only, but kept the service and everything that they had before, they would be making more money. That's how shitty it is now. Oh my God, I hate Alamo.
God. Oh my God, that's so sad.
It's so
sad.
Heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Sydney today, I went and saw it with Sydney. She was like, "I'm never going back. I'm never going back to Alamo again." I was like, "This is crazy." I know.
That's crazy.
We both have been subscribers for like well over a year. Like we love it there. So unfortunate.
Wow. Well, it seems like they needed an investigation into what happened, and I think we know the guy who can do it. Why don't you have a seat, Shane, and tell us about it?
You see how this looks? I want Chris Hansen to go to Alamo Drafthouse and go, "Do you see how this looks? Because this sucks." He is what Tiger was referring to is that he actually bought ads for all of the showings before the Chris Hansen movie to promote his Predator Catcher series thing that he does on his own. So he's literally self-plugging the movie about how he's a egotistical maniac. Hanson, read the room a little bit, bud. What are you doing? You see how this looks, right?
Not only that, the ad is going to be like he's sitting down the entire theater for an investigation into how creepy you are. The ad is going to be he comes into a room and he goes, "Do you see how this looks? Why don't you take a seat?" and come watch my investigative programming on this streaming service that you should subscribe to.
Yeah, it's like he knows what he's doing. Yeah, it's crazy. The guy is out of touch, obviously, and I'm really excited to. I think that will elevate the movie to a new level, to be honest. If we see a Chris Hansen ad about how he's like asking you to come watch his stuff, and then we watch like Robert Pattinson give a career-defining performance on how he's an egotistical maniac.
Well,
That'd be awesome.
Think he's not making any money off of this, right? This movie?
I don't know. I don't know what the legal, like they're using his likeness. They have to probably to some extent, right?
You would think, but there was a report that, well, not a report, I mean, he mentioned it, that they offered him to come to the studio to see clips of the movie, but he had to sign some sort of NDA and he refused to do it.
God forbid, right?
Right, but there's just something weird there. There's something weird that they've made this movie and they said, we want to show it to you. We just need you to sign this document. And he was like, nah, I'm okay. I'm just not going to watch it.
I bet it's not about Chris Hansen. I bet it's about To Catch a Predator, and that's how they kind of got around it. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Because they obviously didn't need Steve Jobs, or not Steve, Mark Zuckerberg's approval for the social network, right?
Yeah.
If they got Zuckerberg's approval for that, man, he's a dumb man, because that made him look really shitty. You see what I'm saying?
No, I know, but I think the difference
or maybe it's based off of a book or something. Do you think that?
No, Chris Hansen is. Okay, so I looked it up. Chris Hansen is not receiving payment for the primetime film. He has no financial stake in it. According to multiple reports, Hansen explicitly stated that he has no financial stake in this film. He was not a consultant. His dispute over the movie centers on a screening from A24. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how rights for that type of stuff works, but it makes sense if he's making $0.
Seems.
Yeah, but it makes sense that, for something that's all about him and he's getting $0, I don't hate the guy for trying to get a few bucks from it.
I do. I think he's a crazy man. I think he's a maniac, and we shouldn't be supporting him. Did you see that?
But wouldn't you be recently? Wouldn't you be pissed if they made the Shane movie and you got $0?
Yeah, obviously. Okay. But if I was a maniac, that was,
You are a maniac. What are you talking about?
If I was like a super maniac, I would be like, oh, okay, I get it. I'd make a movie about that too, yeah. But yes, I get what you're saying. I do think that it's interesting because I don't know. Yeah. I'm just excited to see what they do with the movie, and I think it'll be interesting to see. Oh, I meant to say, did you see that? So, do you know who EDP 445 is?
No. Are they related to CyberLeak?
No. EDP 445 is like he was like that guy that was like that big Eagles fan. He was always the meme. He like, what's this? And he like pops out the paper. He's like the big guy. He's like really, really fat. Okay, well,
I think that describes most Eagle fans.
Okay, well, I'm not.
You've just been dadded.
You've just been gotted.
No, it was an American Dad reference. It's fine.
Okay, well, I don't get it. The EDP 445, he just had a documentary made on him by Mike Klum in YouTube, and EDP 445 came out as a pedophile, and this is a very famous influencer. He came out as a pedophile, and he got tracked down as like in a sting operation and everything. But in the documentary that Mike Klum made on EDP 445, Chris Hansen made an appearance and was like talking to him as like that guy. And then Chris Hansen today just drops his full 1 hour conversation with EDP 445 in like a sit down hour-long interview to kind of like plug his. So he's giving this guy a platform because he's getting some sort of attention. It's crazy, this guy. We can move on from him. I don't want to talk about him until prime time.
Yeah, we have just under a month. That comes out, I believe, September 25th. We're recording this on August 26th, so we're pretty close to it. We're gonna hit kind of that dead period where we're gonna go a couple weeks where it's gonna feel like there's nothing to watch, and then we'll be pretty much in full go once we hit to September.
Full gas, I think, until the end of the year.
Big blockbusters, yeah.
Yeah, which would be great. Well, we also have like TV shows like Lantern and Harry Potter. We can talk about Harry Potter though, because Mr. Nicholas Hoult has pulled out. He has pulled out due to scheduling conflicts. Let's put on a tinfoil hat here, folks. I think he just pulled out because of all the backlash online. There was a lot of verbal backlash I saw on like film Twitter.
I don't think he cares. I don't think any of these actors really care. If they do, I don't think they'd sign up for it in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a British actor. It's not like he's new to this controversy.
Dare I say that Kit Harington would be a better role or fit for the role than Nicholas Hoult?
I think the problem is you don't really know, because I only know Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He hasn't really been in a lot of things, has he?
What? Yes. He's an extremely famous actor. What? He was in all the X-Men. He was in all the X-Men movies. He was in
Nicholas Hoult?
Yes, he's Beast.
Is he?
Yes, dude.
Oh, well, I stopped watching once it got bad.
Nicholas Hoult was in all the X-Men. He was obviously in Superman. He was just in that vampire movie with Johnny Depp's daughter. What was that movie called?
Nosferatu?
You know what I'm talking about? Nosferatu. Yeah, he was in that.
Oh yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff. Oh my God, he's John in Garfield.
Yep.
You know the Garfield starring Chris Pratt, where Chris Pratt plays the same.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought you were talking about the Bill Murray Garfield. I was like, no way.
He would have been fine.
Yeah, you would have been like a child. No shot.
No, the really
those
bad
are a treasure though.
I made the mistake of not listening to everyone online, and I went to go see Garfield.
Yeah, that was
one of the worst experiences I've ever had at a theater. As someone who's a true Garfield fan, I've read a lot of the comic strips. Awful. And I don't get the Chris Pratt hate often, but I get it for this one. I get it.
He just shows up and talks in a booth for like a couple hours, and that's the whole movie. There's like no expression or anything in anything he does.
It's unfortunately fair. It's fair for the animated stuff, but I think he's great. He's good in Jurassic Park. He's obviously great as Star-Lord.
Yes, yeah. No. I love Chris Pratt. I think his animated stuff, he just doesn't. He doesn't care, or I don't know what it is, but he's just phoning it in.
It's a me, Mario.
Fun fact, though, Kit Harington. Going back on this, Kit Harington is a super fan of Harry Potter. He was actually the voice of, what's the role that he just filled? Professor what?
Lockhart,
yeah. So he was actually the voice of Professor Lockhart in the what's it called? The audiobook.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So I actually listened to him like in a booth do Professor Lockhart. I was like, oh my God, this guy's nailing it. This guy's great.
Wait.
So I was like, this is great.
So then why didn't they go with him in the first place?
I do think Nicholas Hoult is probably a better actor. Unfortunately, Kit. Sorry, hate to say that. I love you, Kit. I think Nicholas Hoult may be a little bit better, and he's definitely on a bigger hot streak right now too. So the name is just a lot of pull a lot. But I'm excited to see Kit regardless.
Did you see Rupert Grint is coming back to play Ron?
I did, yeah, in that stage show.
Broadway. It is so Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It's on Broadway. I think it's also playing on the West End.
Have you seen it?
As well? I have seen it. It is one of the most technically performed shows I've ever seen. I've seen a good amount of Broadway. I used to live in New York, so I would go, not all the time, but often enough. Truly amazing. They do.
It's Harry Potter's son, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. So so the Cursed Child takes place in the future. Harry, Ron, Hermione, they're all adults now. Draco's an adult, right? And so their children are now going to Hogwarts. And Harry's son and Malfoy's son are friends at the school. They're both kind of like loners. He's living in his dad's shadow. It's really like an interesting story. But the technical stuff they do is really just unbelievable. There's a scene where they take the polyjuice potions and, they become, Ron, Hermione, and Harry become the Slytherin characters. What was it?
I don't remember the names. Side character A, side character B.
Yeah. But they physically transform on the stage. And you're like, how did they do that? It's insane. They teleport. Robes just fall to the ground. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, it's not the greatest story if you just read the script. But if you actually go and see what they've put together on stage, I mean, phenomenal. It truly is phenomenal.
I'll have to see that.
Well, yeah,
I'd like to go see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nicholas Hoult, we just wrapped filming on Man of Tomorrow, which is crazy because it comes out like what? February 27? When does it come out? Something like that? Early 2027 it comes out.
Yeah, Shane told me I'm not to look things up anymore. I mean, I definitely still have, but true. I'm going to refrain and let him look stuff up.
Okay, I'll look it up just because he's lagging when he does it. Man.
So Man of Tomorrow just wrapped filming, which is, it seems fast, but they've been working on this, I think, since the initial Superman.
July 9th.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've been working on this for a little bit. James Gunn, I think, tends to move pretty quick. It was already written.
He's very efficient. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I think this was written before even the first Superman came out. So I'm not surprised.
That's great news, though.
So quick.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm going to get another popcorn bucket. Well, I guess it. I just think that is good because that means that they have a lot of time to cook in the oven. They got all the ingredients there. If something's not feeling good, something's not feeling, they can do reshoots, anything like that.
Do they? Or my theory is they're pushing stuff out fast because they didn't.
Of the
Gunn
merger?
Gunn didn't sign that long of a contract with Warner Brothers. That merger's coming up. There's no guarantee that when Paramount officially takes over, that DC Studios stays the way that it is. And he also needs to prove value, that it's actually generating revenue. And they're coming off shaky footing with Supergirl not performing well. Lanterns episode 2, which we'll talk about, was great. I liked both episodes so far, but it's hard to truly gauge the value a streaming show brings in to a studio like this,
Lanterns is apparently, let's just get into it. Let's just talk about it.
Okay.
Lanterns is doing pretty well right now. It's like hitting some pretty awesome numbers. I think that it's really pulling its weight in terms of like streaming, just because it is like kind of like a high profile character, and like word of mouth has been extremely strong. And there's already references to like the wider universe, and people are really eating that stuff up. I think that we're on the start of something pretty good right now. Yeah, Supergirl was kind of a stinker, but I think we're on the cusp of something that is going to really start snowballing into something great.
I agree, but one of the things, that Marvel really struggled with was that transition from the TV streaming series to movies. And movies are really where you're making most of that money. And Lanterns is going to be judged by Warner Brothers, not based on its streaming numbers, but how many new subscribers did it bring in. And so what we don't know yet is, will Lanterns do the job of bringing in enough new subscribers that it holds its value? Someone like Netflix, someone like Apple TV doesn't necessarily care as much as an HBO Max and a Disney Plus care about those numbers.
Well, to bounce off of that, then also at the same time, House of the Dragon season 3 just ended, and they timed it so that House of the Dragon just ended and then Lanterns just came out. So I think everyone that was watching House of the Dragon maybe stuck around for Lanterns because maybe it's somewhat of a similar demographic. But I like to think that it's probably doing more damage or doing more good than like House of the Dragon, which was already doing incredibly well. So
agreed.
So yeah, I'm optimistic on it. We'll see what happens. It has to keep going though. It has to keep doing well. We'll see. It could fall off for the rest of the show and be cooked. I don't want to jinx anything, but
I think momentum will keep going. People love Green Lantern. So far, I think they're doing the comics enough justice. They've casted really well in Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler in those roles. I think the supporting cast has been casted really well as well. So they're doing a good job. Now, usually you're the one to say this. But I'm going to take the role today. Should we do our official, before we get too deep into it, our official buttered up ranking for episode Dose of Lanterns?
Yeah, let's make it happen. I got a...
Wait.
What do I got? I got a
3.
number.
Okay, you good?
Okay. Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. 9.2.
8.7.
We're not that far. We're not that far.
No, we're not far off. That's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, basically the same. Yeah, it's a rounding error.
This was definitely better than episode 1 for me, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm way more on the wagon now than I was before. I didn't watch season. I'll be honest. I didn't watch episode 2 right when it dropped. I waited a few days and I was like, oh, I gotta watch it. So then I watched it and I was like, oh, what's next? So I'll definitely be watching it next Sunday. So it did a better job at that than the first episode, which surprised me.
Yeah, I was hooked right from the jump with that first episode. I also didn't watch it until today, but that's more just because busy with life and other things. But no, I mean, I think the episode is great. If you haven't seen it, pause this episode, go watch it, come back. If you just want to hear us talk about it, that's also cool. We'd love to have you. We are going to just jump into spoilers. I know other podcasts may not do that. They give you a little bit of buffer, but we give it to you straight here at the Buttered Up Podcast.
Come on, man.
We just lather
we know
it on.
What's going on? Yeah. We tell you what it's all about.
So let's talk about the episode. So we left off in the first episode with a time jump. There was actually a few different time jumps in episode 1. I don't think we had any time jumps in episode 2. We stayed in that 2016 time period.
I'm glad that we did that, though. I was really worried that we were going to stay. Excuse me. I was worried that we were going to stay in 2026. We did not. Thank God.
I completely agree. I like that we stayed within that 2016 time space. So we're in 2016. Hal and John are together. Hal's ring is running out of energy. He needs to get the lantern to recharge it. I don't know if they've set how it works yet in the DCU with Guy Gardner. Traditionally, I believe the ring needs to be charged every 24 hours. Is that what traditionally works in the comics? I was reading about it. I'm not the biggest comic fan, so someone might shred me for what I'm saying, but I was listening to a different podcast and I did some research. It seems like that's the standard. They've kind of changed it throughout the years on how it works, but essentially the ring needs to be charged about every 24 hours, traditionally.
I feel like it should be like usage based though. No? Because, well, he used it a little bit more to fly up into the air, just to, like, take a look around, and it went, oh, powering down, 3, 2, 1. So I was like, oh, it must be, like, based on usage. You know what I mean?
It could be it has 24 hours of usage and not, because they've changed it slightly. So I think it might have used to have been, it needs to charge every 24 hours, but now it has 24 hours of charge, I think is how it works. If you notice, he hasn't really used it that much other than in quick instances.
I wonder if that's why.
It's probably why, yeah. So he needs to recharge the ring. He sends John Stewart off to his mega mansion that has no furniture in it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because he can just make all of it with the lantern.
And he got it from a wealthy guy.
Yeah.
It was donated from a wealthy guy. I don't think it was Batman. I'm thinking that maybe it was like Green Arrow or something.
I wonder if it's actually Guy Gardner's house.
Could you imagine?
And he's just crashing there.
Wait, that'd be so funny. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that works out too. But I like that he like had to like Mogo is not social to open up the vault, and then it was a pocket dimension, and he reached in there to find it. There's a lot of pocket dimensions in the DCU already. Is the Batcave going to be a pocket dimension? What are we doing here?
It's gonna have to be, right? I mean, Peacemaker, pocket dimensions. So yeah. So okay.
James
so John
Gunn
Stewart
just likes pocket dimensions. I guess
he really does. I'm not gonna make the joke. Anyways, so John Stewart, he goes to the house. He gets the lantern. Hal is doing his own thing. He's with the sheriff. He's taking dead bodies of aliens and running it through an alien detector. How did they get an alien detector?
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea. He's storming the compound with the guy from I can't remember the actor's name. Yellowstone.
Oh wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. I don't think that's right.
No, I don't think it's Yellowstone. I don't think so.
I'm thinking
he's in Raising Hope. No Country for Old Men.
Yes, that actor. The bad guy, yeah.
That guy. Dylan Hunt. Garrett Dylan Hunt, the actor. I don't remember the character's name. He goes to his compound. Hal Jordan gets shot. He can't defend himself because the ring's not, protecting him. Meanwhile, John Stewart is getting kidnapped by a bunch of guys who are looking for the Manhunters. While that's getting introduced this early, they do some sort of memory thing where they take what looks like a gun.
They put like a gun to his head, and it like injected what the Manhunters will do or plan on doing to Earth or something like that. I wonder if that is going to become a conflict between like Hal and John, just like they have like different opinions on that. Or I wonder, here's a crazy theory. What if John is the Manhunter?
John Stewart? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're smart enough to... It'd be cool, but I think they're smart enough to know not to do that to such a beloved character in the comics. I did see... This is
did
credit...
in Secret Wars, or not Secret Wars, in Secret Invasion. Remember, they did the
Rhodey? Who cares? Look, they had to pick the most vanilla character to do that too.
We haven't seen him since. We'll never see him again.
We have not. We'll see Rhodey again. They'll just be like, "Oh, Rhodey, you're back," and I'll be like, "What? I was
you're here to fight. You're here to fight Doctor Doom."
Crazy.
Thank God.
This is credit to the Weekly Planet podcast. They had a theory that I really like, that Jon Stewart's dad could be the Manhunter. And that's why
Jon
he's so
Stewart's
focused
dad in the town, though. I think the problem is that the Manhunter is one of the people in the town
right now.
Yeah.
So okay, their theory goes, and I really like it, that the reason Jon Stewart's father was training him to get to Green Lantern is because he knew he needed to get close enough to Green Lantern so he could like turn on him. So, okay, I'm doing a bad job of explaining it. Essentially, he raised the kid to trust him, but to really trust his dad more. So that way, when the time comes, he can get him to switch and turn on Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Unsure. I did really like the thing where when Hal was coming out of the hospital, all of the equipment was still wrapped up. And he's
What's
like,
that about?
No one's ever been here. Like, yeah, what is that about? There's nothing going on in the hospital. No one's ever visited there. She keeps going small town, small town. The sheriff's from Gotham. It's like, I don't know. She obviously knows something. And I'm really interested to see what she knows. The sheriff.
So she says she's from Gotham. So she's not
Yes.
from the town. So
Earlier in the show as well, she also said, "Tell Barb I said hi," and hung up the phone. So is she talking to Commissioner Gordon in Gotham? That'd be cool.
She might be, yeah. Maybe we get a Batgirl before we get a Batman.
Well, it also makes you wonder who's the benefactor that's funding the alien tech that they were talking about too.
It's interesting. I don't think so. I don't think Bruce Wayne's involved yet. It's going to be someone shady. Maybe it's Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah, because they were killing the aliens, and Lex is an alien racist. So that would make sense. Oh, dang. That's a good point. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of it until just now, but it might be Lex Luthor.
It could be Lex. That'd be cool. I would like that.
And that's why he wants to keep it so close to the fest. Because he doesn't want to piss off someone that has alien connections in the Green Lantern.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that develops as well then. The episode ended with like Sinestro as well, which is crazy. What do you think of his design?
I like that he's not very over the top. I think in a world that's so grounded, where even Green Lantern doesn't look too cartoony, I like that Sinestro doesn't look very cartoony.
I agree. However, not a big fan of the suit. And also, I'm unsure if we see Sinestro come out at all or anything. I don't think his suit's going to look good either. So I think both of their suits are going to look a little bad.
Wait, you didn't like the Green Lantern suit?
No, not really.
See, I did. I thought it was cool.
I think it needs to be brighter
But he's not very bright.
He's
a dark soul.
I get that. And he's always like, oh, I'll start wearing it when you tell me how to pee in one of those things. Like, yeah, okay, we get it. But he went and put it on, which I like that he actually like put it on and then went to that alien like jail or whatever.
Yeah.
I just do wish that it like maybe glowed or something. It was just green. It's just not green enough for me, is all. I complain about that all the time. Movies aren't colorful enough.
Do you think Sinestro, so when he's knocked out in the hospital, he got shot, do you think Sinestro is talking to him? Or do you think that's a real like kind of telepathic call and not just Hal Jordan going through memories? Which is what prompts him to go up to the jail.
Whoa. Back up. You think Sinestro's talking to Hal through what?
Like telepathy.
No, I think he flew to the jail and talked to Sinestro in the jail, like we saw.
No. I think, but I'm saying that's what prompted him to go to the jail and talk to him in person.
Oh, no. See, I don't think so, just because we just saw him, like, immediately put it on when he heard about, like, the Manhunters. He, like, immediately put the lantern or the ring on and just, like, immediately flew there. So I think what had happened is he was just like, I know who to talk to about this. And he just went and flew there. I get what you're saying, though, but my understanding is that he just went up and flew up there. My favorite line of the show so far, though, is like, if you have a Manhunter loose, that is your second biggest threat or something like that. And he's like referring to himself as like the number one threat. That's pretty cool. That was pretty Sinestro.
Yeah, it was cool. I like the bird. I think the bird's kind of fun.
The bird was a cool way to show just how focused he is. Mm-hmm. And it did go to show how disconnected he is a little bit, because when like Hal was like, oh no, you got that bird, like good job with the bird, and then he's like, what, this thing? And he just like wiped it off the planet immediately. He's like, it's just a bird. Like, what? The bird was like helping you throughout that whole encounter with like the bad guys and everything.
Yeah, the bird will come back.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he just kind of like we got to see that he's like, oh, I forgot. He's kind of a little psycho. John is.
Do you think, okay, here's a question. Do you think that we get a poison ivy at any point during this season? And the reason
No.
I ask is because the plant in Hal Jordan's house
Yeah.
reminded me a lot of Frank the Plant from the Harley Quinn show.
I get where you're coming from. I don't think they're going to do something like that until Batman's established. Because she's in Gotham. She's like a Gotham girl. So
Right. But we've
that
already
doesn't
got her
make
tied
any
to
sense to me.
We've got her tied to Gotham now with the
Which
sheriff.
would be the sheriff. Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I don't think that makes a lot.
I'm not saying, and maybe you don't get Poison Ivy in the flesh casted, but I wonder if at some point he'll just like mention something. There'll be a moment where John and Hal are just chit chatting, and John goes, "So where the hell did you get the plant?" He's like, "I don't know, some crazy girl that likes to play with vines or something." You know, he says something snarky.
Sense. Sure.
Yeah.
I would love to see Poison Ivy in like the Batman 2, Part 2 or something. That'd be cool.
It's hard because Poison Ivy is more of a magical entity.
She doesn't have to be, though.
She doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to be.
But okay, also
they've already teased. I know, but they've already teased the Joker. It's going to be the Joker.
No, it's not. It's going to be Two-Face.
Is it? Well, Two-Face will be in it. Yeah, but Two-Face will be in it. But I think they teased the Joker. I think the Joker is going to be the main.
When did they tease the Joker?
At the end of the movie, the Riddler's in the same. Yeah, they're in the same jail cell.
Yeah, but Barry Keoghan. Oh, dude, Barry Keoghan would be such a horrible Joker. I never in a gazillion years would want to see that. I don't think he's very talented.
I mean, Sabrina Carpenter would agree, but I think love her. Love Sabrina. Sabrina, if you're listening,
me too.
Come on the podcast. Big fans. We'd love to have you.
We're big fans, Sabrina. Huge fans.
I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get your cup, so you owe me, and you need to come on to this podcast. Anyways,
all right.
I think Barry Keoghan, he'll be in the movie, right? Do we have any real details of that movie other than Sebastian Stan will be Two-Face?
Two-Face. No, not really. That's all I really need, to be honest with you. I would hate that. I want to try something else. I get it. Yeah, Joker's the guy. I understand. That's cool. I would like to go a little bit without that, though. I would like to see some Two-Face. I'd like to see some Poison Ivy, maybe some Mr. Freeze. Is that his name? Mr. Freeze? Dr. Freeze?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would like to see some Mr. Freeze, more Penguin, please. I want all of this established, and then I want Joker to come in and just be like, really, like, knock their socks off. But I want all of those other things established first. I want the Court of Owls. I want that too. Like, these are like really interesting concepts that don't have to be just Joker. You know, like give me someone else.
And if they don't give you Joker, or I mean, if they give you Joker and not what you actually want, it's going to feel like you're asleep. But to assure you that you're not asleep, like Hal did to John, I will take a bucket of water and I will throw it over your head.
Like in Tony, which we just saw. What? Whoa, what a nice transition.
The way it sucks because I watched this episode of Lanterns by myself. So I watched Tony yesterday and then Lanterns today. And thank God I watched it in that order, because when Hal throws the bucket of water on John's head, I was like, just like Tony.
I forgot that he did that because I saw the episode a few days ago, and I saw Tony like literally an hour ago. So
you had the reverse.
Yeah, I had the reverse. I completely forgot. I didn't even realize that. Tony was really good, guys.
Loved it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you think the same thing. That was very, very good. That's one of the best movies of the year, I think.
I agree. Let's do our rating, and then
all right.
Anything else on Lanterns before we move completely off of it?
Yeah, there is one more theory that I saw that I really enjoyed. I think that one theory I saw was this show is called Lanterns, not Green Lanterns. It's called Lanterns because every episode we may get a new lantern.
Okay, because
Or a new
Sinestro,
color.
Yellow
Yeah,
Lantern.
Yeah.
Well,
Hal
red,
and John,
but he's
Sinestro, maybe like a red one, maybe like a blue one, maybe another one will be like Guy Gardner, and that's technically another lantern. You see what I'm saying? I think maybe we'll hit another lantern every episode.
Really
maybe
strange.
We'll get like a Hal backstory as well, and then there's another lantern. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's another reason it could be plural.
Really strange. When you go onto HBO Max, I don't know if this is how it looks on the thumbnail is Guy Gardner. Which is
I don't have that.
Yeah. So the main screen. Hello? You're frozen. But can you hear me? Because I can hear you. Actually, now I can't hear you. Am I the only one on this podcast, or is he the only one on this podcast? I'm unaware. So I'm going to keep talking like it's just me. When you go onto HBO Max, what they have is the banner is Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, but the thumbnail is Guy Gardner, who we have yet to see. I don't know when we're going to get him. I watched the clip that talks about episode 3, but there's no hint in that episode that Guy Gardner's coming. We get more of the backstory of Jon Stewart, and we get the backstory of how he was selected. We see Guardian come and actually talk to him. But it's really interesting to see Guy Gardner be the thumbnail when so far he's not in the movie or the TV show. I don't know if they did that because they know people will maybe resonate with that if they've seen Superman. I don't know if Nathan Fillion is more of a draw than Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, but it's definitely interesting that that's the route they're going with the thumbnail. I mean, Shane, before he just disappeared off the podcast, said that the thumbnail was not Guy Gardner.
Oh, I'm back. I don't know what happened, dude. My Wi-Fi has once a day, it'll just blow up and then come back. What did I miss?
I just ranted about the thumbnail. So when you log on to HBO Max, sorry, listeners, I know you just listened to this.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
The main screen, the big billboard thing at the top
got it.
is Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. But the actual thumbnail, when you go to click into the show, is Guy Gardner. And I'm not sure if that's the case because they know
it's
people
probably just a marketing
Superman.
thing because people have seen Superman. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I do also know that for lanterns, there is those like profile pictures with the question marks on them. Have you seen those?
I have
so
not.
There's like, you know how like when you can choose a profile picture on an app, it lets you choose from like the show. There's like 4 or 5 frames that have just a question mark in it because they haven't been revealed yet. So
okay, so
there's
I know
a bunch of characters that haven't been revealed, obviously.
So I know in the 3rd episode, we're going to get Guardian. We're going to find out how Jon Stewart was chosen. I don't know if you watched the what's coming up next clip.
I never watched
at the end
that
of the episode. Okay, yeah. So we're going to get Guardian. We're going to find out why and how Jon Stewart was selected.
Who's Guardian?
The one who chooses who is Green Lantern, I guess.
Mr. Green Lantern?
No, it's a lady.
Mrs. Green Lantern.
I think so. Aren't the Guardians who's in charge of the Green Lanterns?
I don't know. I'm not a big Green Lantern guy, unfortunately. Sorry, audio listeners. I know nothing about that guy, to be honest. Most of my knowledge comes from Ryan Reynolds, unfortunately.
The Guardians of the Universe are a race of extraterrestrial superhero characters appearing in the American comic books Green Lantern. Guardians evolved the planet. Yeah, they're deeply tied to Green Lantern.
Okay. Well, that'll be exciting to see. We can go back on Tony now. I know we just dropped off of it randomly when we were about to rate it.
We were about to rate it. But hold on, wait. So before we get there, with Lanterns in episode 3, we get more of Jon Stewart's backstory. We'll get more young Aaron Pierre. And in episode 3 is when we'll finally get Laura Linney, who plays Guardian.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Exciting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
You've gotten the bucket of water off of your Wi-Fi router. We're ready to move on to Tony. We're going to give our official rating. I don't want to steal your thunder anymore. Give the countdown, my dear friend Shane.
Our official rating on Tony: 3, 2, 1, 8.5.
Oh, we're really
close. Yeah. This is like a first for us. We're close on 2 things in one episode.
What's the story?
This
what are we talking about?
Yeah, I liked it. We're talking about Anthony Bourdain, his whole little start onto how he became a chef, and it's based off of the book that he wrote, I believe, like The Culinary Underground is something what it's called.
So it's based off of one chapter of Kitchen Confidential, which is when he leaves home, chases a girl to Cape Cod with only what looks to be $40 that he stole from his dad's wallet. Yeah, if that. And he goes and he has no money and he gets into a bar fight at this random little shack in Cape Cod and ends up being a dishwasher for free so he can sleep on a hammock outside the chef's.
And then he falls into love with the art, which is like the vague overview of it, because I want you to go see it, but we'll talk a little bit about the spoilers. I adored this movie. I thought it was great. I felt like we saw so much, and the movie wasn't that long. The pacing was really good. I don't know. I ate it up.
I agree. I like that there's been this trend, I think, recently to bring movies back to that just under 2-hour range. Not every movie needs to be 3 hours. I don't remember how long
only no one can do that.
Yeah, I don't know how long the Bruce Springsteen documentary was, but it felt forever. Like it felt forever.
The pacing was not too great in that movie, I don't think.
And I never felt that with Tony.
This was definitely better than that. I think, personally.
Yeah, agreed.
This is one of my favorite biopics, I think, as well. Which is crazy because you don't really like him. Tony's kind of an asshole. You don't really like him at a lot of points in this, but you still find yourself rooting for the kid every now and then, which is cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? He's a jerk the entire movie. It's not until the very last scene where he is like the Grinch. He grew a heart that night after spoiler alert. He burns down the restaurant that he was working at. He then steals.
Yeah.
Tries to steal the chef's money. Instead, he steals his cookbook.
Which is crazy. Like, why would you do that, you asshole?
Oh, my God. Antonio Banderas is in this movie. I think it's always fun when you get to see him.
Stavros is in this movie.
Stavros. Come on. We're
Stavros.
Maryland
Sorry.
We're from Maryland. You gotta know Stavros. He's a Baltimore, Maryland legend.
Stavros.
We both grew up on that side.
We did grow up on that side. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but he's in it. He's funny.
He is funny.
What's the guy's name that played like the kind of like the drug addict? The other guy, Dacre Montgomery.
Woodall.
Is that his name?
Leo Woodall.
Leo Woodall. I really want to see him in more things. He's so good. He's very, very good.
Best actor.
He commanded every scene that he was in. Yeah, absolutely took over the screen whenever he was on, which was very, very challenging because there was a lot of good performances in this.
Yeah, he gives the best performance in the entire movie. He's an interesting character too. You really like him at first. You like the friendship that Bourdain has with him, and then they do a good job of just really. I mean, you see those dark tendencies, but the switch that flipped halfway through the movie, and then you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Yeah, he was always really reckless, but the way that it was portrayed through like Tony's eyes made us feel that like, oh, it's okay. You know, he's just kind of like a wild stallion, just doing his own thing. And then you can see him tipping over that line and falling in that line and like those really dark tendencies and such. So yeah, no, he fell from grace. But I really liked him. I really liked his performance. I liked him. What'd you think of Tony, the actor for Tony? You think he did a good job?
I think he did okay. I actually think he has one of the. He's not bad, but I think his performance is the weakest of the main cast.
He was just surrounded by a really, really strong cast, and he, I believe, is a pretty amateur actor. So he was kind of just like, it's not that he was bad; he was just overshadowed by everyone around him, essentially.
Agreed. I think it's hard, right? When you're next to Antonio Banderas, a true legend.
It's tough.
Also, is that his greatest performance? He's really good.
He's really good in this. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Is this award worthy?
It might be for him. I think he's got a really good shot at Best Supporting Actor.
I agree. I think that's, but no, yeah, it would be him. I don't. Yeah, I think that would be like one of the few things I see this nominated for. There is going to be a lot of. This is going to be a tough year for Oscars.
Yeah.
So he could definitely get kicked out at any point. I hope he doesn't, but this will be a tough year.
He will definitely be in the final running. I don't even know when it comes to the Odyssey how they're going to rank Tom Holland versus Matt Damon, because they're both kind of the main character, but one of them will have to be supporting.
Matt Damon's the main character for sure.
No, I know. So that means, so who is it right supporting now? Right, but an argument could be made that they're both main characters.
Tom's not on any of the marketing, and Matt is on the front page.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of like story, screen time. He's not your true
screen time's
supporting
definitely
actor.
Higher for Matt. It's
I'm just saying
definitely
he's not your true supporting actor. Regardless, so who do we have so far? We'll put Antonio Banderas.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Tom Holland. What else has come out that would?
I wouldn't put Tom Holland in the.
I think he will be just because he's in the Odyssey.
Yeah, I would put, who's the old guy in the Odyssey? He would be my best supporting actor.
Yeah, but his role's so small.
That's what a supporting actor's for.
No.
He's in it a good bit, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
John Leguizamo.
I don't know. Yeah, him. He would probably be my pick. Obviously, I don't know. There's going to be something in Dune that's going to get dominated.
True.
I believe. I would like something in this to be nominated as well. What else has come out this year that's been really good? The Invite.
Yeah, there's too many movies.
There's gonna be an actor in there that I think will probably win Best Supporting, like maybe Edward Norton, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one. This year's Oscars is going to be very interesting to watch because I think it's going to be very competitive. Last year, I was kind of like, oh, we know who's going to win. But this year, I'm like, I don't know.
No, I completely agree with you. I'm just going through the list.
He's looking something up again, audience. That's why he's disappearing and you can't hear him.
Okay, so someone from Obsession will definitely be nominated. There was...
Yeah, now he's just... who knows where he's going? He goes into the Shadow Realm every time he looks something up. Obsession, that's right, yeah. I want the Puppeteer to be nominated for something, and Project Hail Mary.
Yep, Project Hail Mary was going to be my next one that I was going to say. The drama, no.
Indy Neverready would be Best Supporting in Obsession, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's tough. I think anytime Christopher Nolan's at the Oscars, you're gonna have a real uphill battle.
Yeah, that's just because he's the GOAT. He is the biggest movie star, I think. Christopher Nolan.
True. Agreed. Yeah. So yeah, I think Tony's really good. I like, the backstory of Anthony Bourdain. I think I also enjoyed that it didn't stem further than that one summer in Cape Cod, because it really felt like a complete story that way. I didn't need them to go into parts unknown and when he was an actual chef. Like, I think this was the perfect piece of his life to turn into a movie.
I agree. They picked a very good chapter for him. They picked a really good cast. It was just a really solid, good movie. Like, it had a solid ending, solid character arcs all around. It was just a good job. They did a good job. That's what this movie was.
It looks like working in a kitchen would be fun. It looks fun. I know but it looks like it's fun, right? And I think that's one thing that Anthony Bourdain did really well, was romanticizing the lifestyle of
the art,
a chef
and the lifestyle,
being in culinary. And you really get that here. They did a really good job of making that restaurant feel like a family. When when Sal, who Leo Woodall, the loose cannon of the group, punches Antonio Banderas, chef, in the face, and you can just see the emotion on Antonio Banderas. It was like his son just said, "You're not my dad." Like, it stung so hard. And the way that Stavros and the other guy, Tyrone, played by Michael Gibran, just looked stunned that just happened.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. I was like, I feel like that was the biggest part of the scene. Not even him like getting hit, but it just everyone not knowing what to say and being completely quiet. Yeah, I agree. That was a really solid scene. And then every scene that you saw, like Tony, Anthony Bourdain, any scene you saw him, you knew that, like, leading up to certain events, like the fire, like, he had mentioned that he had worked in a kitchen before, which was not a true story. And he threw water onto, like, a gas fire or whatever it was, and it just, like, engulfed in flames and ruined the whole kitchen. And then also he had used the entire fire extinguisher earlier just for fun, and there was no fire extinguisher there. So, like, there's just, like, so many events that had led up to this moment of his mistakes that we got to see that I really enjoyed, as well as, like, a really, like, bad payoff for him. And we're all like, "Oh, you goddamn idiot,"
Yeah, I also like that he didn't end up with the girl. I like that he chose cooking over the girl after spending the whole
That's
movie.
his one true love. Yeah,
but because so many movies, and I know this is based off of a true story, but so many movies, the character ends up with the girl. And you're like, I didn't need that. Wasn't necessary. But here, I like that it truly feels like, okay, he's going off to his next chapter. He's grown.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he found, like, and you can see that, like, his mom was actually happy at him for once as well, because he, like, actually wasn't lying and he was telling the truth about something, like something that he was, like, passionate about and something that he did and something that he loves. Like, for once, he's being his true self and being, like, honest himself, and that's all she was looking for.
Completely agree.
Great. No notes.
No notes. Yeah, no notes. I think overall this was a great week of watching Lanterns and watching this, Tony. Next week, we're going to watch
Coyote versus Acme. One of the best movies out right now, apparently. The streets are hyping this shit up.
It better be good. For the fuss that was made, they almost
and you better show up. You have to show up, guys. What are you doing? We can't bully them into releasing it and not show up. That they will never listen to us again. We bully them into releasing, and then we show up. That's how that works. Newsflash.
You guys, I'm calling you out, internet. You screwed us. because you went all out. Morbius, we love Morbius. Put it back in theaters. It's going to make more $1 billion. And then a total of 4 people went. A total of 4.
That was so funny.
Went when they re-released
That was so
it.
funny.
Because Sony was like, oh my God, people love this? This is awesome. Go
Yeah,
us.
well, I can't. Sony's so disconnected from their audience; it's not even funny. Which is why they bought Alamo Drafthouse, and everyone hates it now. See, full circle.
So
Sony
sad.
and Sony like stopped the physical media, like they stopped that as well. They are so absurdly, disgustingly disconnected. It makes me sick to my stomach. And that's how we're gonna end things. We were going to watch Coyote versus Acme, and we're going to be back here next week.
And just like the Coyote, we're ending on an explosion. We will see you all next week. Stay poppin'.